Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Carlie's Couch. I'm so nervous. Not nervous, but excited. I guess anxiety and nervous. Well, anxiety and excitement are two sides of the same coin. And so, yeah, this is my first solo episode. This feels big. And I'm still so excited to be here talking. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and my brain was just going crazy with this and this and this. And so I was like, okay, so I know I should still be doing this. Check. But what does this look like? And that's what I'm going to talk about today. What does it look like to start something new or begin again? I think many times in life we find ourselves in positions where something stops. And whether you are ready for it, whether it happened abruptly, and this could be a job, this could be a relationship, this could be anything, working with a band. I think many times things stop on us, and it is a great time for transition. It's also fall right now, which is really special because that's when the leaves change and we move into a more barren season and not producing fruit. And so it's kind of cool that Carlie's Couch started right before fall, and then I'm restarting it solo. But shout out to Lexi, that's still my girl. I'm gonna see her tonight. And I wanted to talk about what it looks like to begin again. So I took a month off. So if you have been missing me, I'm back. If you miss Lexi, hopefully she'll drop in one of these days. But definitely go support her and Cap Social and all the dope stuff that they're doing. But I was thinking, what do I want to do? What is the importance of still having a mic? Because when we started the podcast, it was back in 2018 before everybody and their mama had a mic. And we wanted to create brave spaces for people to have conversations that mattered, like conversations that you couldn't have anywhere else and that were really special and important. And I think that there are still pockets for that. And I'm not a person to niche down. I'm very multifaceted, multi-talented, but I do think it's important. And so I'll have on the couch episodes, which are like me or me and a guest, like Lala wants to come back and hang out with me. But then I'm also going to get off the couch and go interview people. So I'm super excited to get off the couch and adventure into the world and ask people about their stories, ask them how they got started, why they quit, what inspires them. All of these same conversations that Alexia and I had, but in the wild and with people who are out here creating brave spaces and building up the community in so many different ways. Like, I might even have some reality TV show guests. I've been, chit-chatting with a bunch of different people about joining me and seeing what this looks like. But I would encourage you, if you are thinking about beginning again, to allow yourself to grieve. I think that even when things are finished or they close or they stop and you very much understand why and you have a lot of grace for the other person or the other people or the space, or you knew it was time to stop and transition, you can still grieve, and you need to still grieve the loss of that, the ending of that. Because even though I knew Lexi didn't want to talk anymore, and I was so excited about, restarting and reimagining the Bouch and what it looks like and what I'm going to do, I'm still grieving this very beautiful thing that I created with my friend, and my friend is no longer going to be a part of it. And that is something that, I had to grieve. And so if you watched the last episode, I definitely cried. Lexi even teared up a little bit. But I think grieving and allowing yourself time and space to do that are important. I took a month off. I didn't talk. I didn't plan. I didn't do anything. And part of me wanted to already have the backlog rolling so that when she rolled off the next week, I was going to launch. But I think sometimes you don't stop to reflect. And without reflection, there is no learning. I forgot who said that, but that's a very important quote. So I wanted to give myself time to reflect, time to sit with why I wanted to do this, why this was important, and then also to get excited about how I wanted to do it. Who did I want to talk to? What did I want to bring? What do I want to bring for y'all? What kind of conversations can we have that continue our learning, our growing, that build our joy and create these communal spaces? So allowing yourself time to grieve. I think you also have to figure out why you want to do a thing. And I just kind of told you my why. I got ahead of myself, but figuring out why. So allowing yourself to grieve, figuring out your why, and then allowing yourself to get excited for what the thing is. And maybe there's a lot of nervousness, and that's okay too, because that happens whenever we're starting something new or building something different. Especially, I think it can be harder when you're doing the same thing but in a different way, because there's always this I would say little voice in the back of your head, like, oh, what if it's not as good as before? What if people don't like it as much as before? Or, what if it's not as cool? What if people miss Lexi so much and they don't want to listen to me? And like, I think all of those things are valid. However, if it's on your heart to do it, then you have to do it. And there will be someone that needs to hear it, and or it's just for your own personal growth and healing. And it is so important to do that, even if it's just for you. So I'm here talking for myself. If y'all like it, I'm glad you're here too. Hopefully, shout out to Jay and Stanford if we still have some listeners. So let's see. You're grieving. You are figuring out your why. You are getting excited. And I think the last thing and the super important thing that I don't necessarily have the best handle on right now, so we can grow through this together, are setting up systems so that you can continue to show up in the way you want to show up, even when things are hard. So, for example, working out. Y'all know I'm going to go there because I'm a trainer and I have my own personal health and fitness journey. But if you don't have a system, if you don't have a plan, it's going to be much harder to get you in the gym, to get you consistent. But if you put out your clothes the night before, if you pay a trainer, if you go to a class, if you show up and have a schedule, it's a lot harder to fall out of practice. And I think you owe it to yourself to set up these systems so that you can be the best version of yourself for yourself, if only to help you feel good and to bring you a little bit of joy. And so part of what I'm going to build with Carlie's Couch are systems. So like, who's going to help me film? I've been talking to some people because filming at home I got, but filming out in the wild is something a little bit different. How am I going to schedule it? Do I want to do all the editing? Because Lexi and I used to split that. So now it's just me. What does it look like to maybe bring someone in to pay them to help me do the editing? I'm going to rebrand. And so what are some systems I can put into place that allow me to stay honest, stay fresh, and stay fun with the things that matter the most to me? So, also, I don't have a set format on how long these episodes are going to be. So sometimes it might just be a little tidbit. Sometimes that might be longer. But thanks for tuning in to my first solo episode of Carlie's Couch. I'm so grateful for y'all. I look forward to many more episodes. And if you want me to talk about anything, if you want to be on a couch, any of those things, hit me up, carliescouch.com, or you can text me 323-502-2030. I might have made that up. We have a number, but you can also hit me on the Carlie's Couch number. It's also on our website. So I'm going to try to figure out what that actual number is, and then I'll put it in here. But anyways, big love, and I hope y'all have the most amazing day.